Good morning. I'm Richard Vobes. I'm out on another little walk. This one a very short walk because I think the battery is about to die on my camera. This is my second visit to Littlehampton. There is one where I do a riverside walk, but because it was an early morning and because the tide is out on such a long distance, I wanted to take you for a sort of beach walk. I'm in Littlehampton, which is down on the south coast in West Sussex. It's 50 miles from London. It's about 20 miles to Brighton to the east and about 10 miles to the west to Chichester. And I'm walking on the sand here. Now, an interesting thing about Littlehampton as a holiday destination, that to my right, behind me on the west, is the sand dunes of Climping. And I imagine it's here that it got the name the Children's Paradise, because kids love to play, obviously, in the sand dunes. But the other side of the River Arun that comes out here at the sort of harbour, there are not so many sand dunes. In fact, the whole beach changes to pebbles up behind me anyway. And then the tide comes right up there. You can see from the breakers that the tide comes in because they're covered in all sorts of seaweed and what have you. But also I wanted to show you this rather amazing sight of just how far the beach goes when the tide comes out. It's a bit like Worthing, although I don't think Worthing goes quite as far as it does here. And I'm going to try and get down to the seafront before my battery gives out. I just want to get past a great big patch of seaweed which is approaching me. I would turn the camera around, but the sun is glaring into my eye, so you can't really see that. Littlehampton is a very popular resort, obviously in the Georgian period and the Victorian period, when the coast was deemed good for the health. People would flock down here, and on these sort of beaches you would have seen, particularly in the Victorian period, those beach huts on wheels that would have been wheeled down, and ladies' modesty was very well protected, of course, and they'd be wheeled down right to the sea, so that ladies in their beaching clothes, not bikinis back then, could step out of these wooden structures on iron wheels and then go and take to the water. Amazingly, it was also advised to drink the water, drink seawater. I think all that would have made you incredibly thirsty. So let's see if we can get down to the beach, down to the sea, and now you'll see the hugely wide expanse, and I don't even know whether you'll notice that I'm actually progressing forward, which of course I am. Here, listen to my feet on the sopping wet of the beach. Now it is quite a distance, so as soon as I get through these puddles, which is just the seawater lying on the sand, on the ridges of the sand, I'm going to start running to try and get there. I don't want to get too wet because the shoes that I've got on are not actually waterproof. Oh dear. But I'm still going, and we're 5 minutes in, and I still yet haven't reached the sea. The sea goes out such a vast way. Behind me, the town is receding. I had an office here many years ago let me try to think when that was, in the early 90s, I think it was. And I used to do mime. It was in a place called Dance Industry. I'm not sure if that's still there. Dancing school. I had a little office and I had access to the sort of studio space, the dancing studio space. And then I could practice in front of mirrors and put on shows, which was rather spectacular, and toured that round a few places. Even set up something called the Toadstool Theatre Company with a few mates, and we put on something called the Beanbag Saga. Yes, I remember the Beanbag Saga all right. Now, getting close to the sea, 6 minutes in, let's see how far we are. If I keep going, I think I'll end up in France. At this rate, the seagulls are sort of nesting, looking for the early fish. But it is definitely a stroll down to get to the sea. I'm filming in August. We haven't had a particularly brilliant August. We had a much better July. Today the sun is shining and it looks magnificent, but of course they've promised rain a little bit later on today. So that is your typical English weather. You can't really guarantee that the summer is going to provide 100% of sunshine, but actually it's quite nice to have the varied weather, I think, because it makes you appreciate the sun when you have it. Okay, I'm very close, which will be fantastic to get and almost touch the sea, dip my toe in the sea, you might say. Let's just turn the camera around here, and you can see I'm coming to the end. The wall in the background, that is where the harbour wall finishes, and ships can then get through the deep cut, I suppose, or trough, to the actual beach. And here, ladies and gentlemen, I have managed to arrive. So my 10-minute video today, a little bit shorter than normal, a little bit unusual, but there you go. The British beaches, they're all different. They all change. Some are rocks, some are completely flat like this, and some are a mixture of the two, and others have cliffs behind them. Worth exploring. Do come to England. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, make a comment. I'd always love to hear what you think of these videos, and if you've ever been to Littlehampton or on the south coast or any of England, and tell me places that you would like me to go and visit. So make a comment, don't forget to press the bell notification, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks ever so much. God, it's a long way back to the car. Hello? Car? Could you come and pick me up, please?